Welcome to Red Fracture TV. I, as always, am your host, Sean Chappell. Week 1 is in the can, and what a week it was. I started right out of the gate by getting my hands back on my airbrush and sharpening my skills up. It took a day, but the old muscle memory kicked back in quickly. I was able to bang out another sketch cover. There it is there. It has a lot of Marvel characters in it, Wolverine, Iron Man, and the like, but they get a lot of attention, so I used the title there, Original Sin, and had a bit of fun with it. Made a monster. Why not? That makes 3 sketch covers now, and they'll all be up on my website, redfracture.com, fairly soon. I'm going to create a new category for that. After that, I put together another image for our upcoming tabletop game, Honey Bomb. Although we wanted to kickstart the game right about now, November, there wasn't time enough to do the art, etc., before that sort of ambitious deadline. It really was. So I'm putting together the art now, and we're going to kickstart that in the spring. So if you like tabletop gaming, please spread the word. After that, it was a quick rearrange of the studios so I could touch up a very large painting that I started back in the summer. It's for a show that ArtsPay put up this Thursday at Lot 42 in Kitchener. I spent 2 days reworking an area that wasn't really that successful as the rest of the painting, and I'm glad that I did because it's a much stronger piece for it now. Then Thursday, of course, was the setup for the annual ArtsPay Juried Show and Exhibition. This is the third one, I believe, that's gone through. And myself and a crew of other members set up the show for about 40 plus different artists who could install their work in this sort of large warehouse space / fab space that had become an event space at Lot 42 with, of course, an 80-ton crane that still works in the space. Friday night was the big opening for that show, complete with food, wine, and entertainment, of course. There was live music, a team of young dancers who did sort of pop-up interpretive dance moments for the artwork that was on display. And to top it all off, hanging from that 80-ton crane was an aerialist who did a performance on silks. And that was quite spectacular. That was really a great highlight of the evening. And of course, all those acrobatics made me really want to press my yoga agenda. Some of the youngsters there were pretty much close to contortionists, and it made me feel a little embarrassed that I can barely even touch my toes. But that's going to change, hopefully. Then, of course, Saturday we continued the show with the obligatory show's over, tear down. It was there, it was gone, and like thieves in the night, we vanished. I didn't sell my painting this time around, but with the nearly 5-figure price tag, I didn't really expect it to go either. What I really liked about the show was looking at my art from far away. It's not something I can really do in the studio because I'm only about 15 feet wide in my space. So that perspective of being 100 feet away from it really highlight which parts of the painting were working and which parts weren't, and what needs to change. And of course, it led to an impression that I think that the piece will be more impactful if it was bigger. And I mean like a lot bigger, like wall size big. So there may be some mural work coming up in my future. More on that later. And then, of course, last but not least, we topped off the week with another Honey Bomb jam session. So Kitty and our good friend Sabrina Scalarini came together, and we sort of sorted out some of the nitty-gritty of what we need to do for our partnership. We discussed some illustration ideas, things that we haven't quite fleshed out yet. Some Honey Bomb test locations, and if you know of any, please let us know. If you'd like to be a tester, we're more than happy to have you play test Honey Bomb when it's ready. And we're going to have Test X in hand hopefully before the end of the year. And then to top it off, we settled on our company name, which is going to be Ramstar Games. Each one of us is an Aries, and each one of us is a star, of course. So let me know in the comments if you like that. Ramstar Games it is. More to come on that, of course, in later editions of Red Fracture TV. So that was my full week, my full first week of self-employment, from sketch covers to Honey Bomb to a live art show. It was a real whirlwind of activity, and this next week coming up isn't shaping up to be any less productive. So, which is exactly what I want. It's what I've signed up for. So, hang on. What's that you say? Paint me. Well, it looks like the next sketch cover here is on deck and calling to be painted, so I better get after it. For now, that is all. Thank you for watching.